Good morning, everyone. I hope you're all healthy, staying safe, spending some quality time with the people that you love, taking your part to social distance. And today I'd like to do a very slow flow, hopefully to help calm the mind and the heart. And we'll, as always, just connect breath to movement. Before we begin, if you have blocks or a small blanket that you can use for a prop, or even a small footstool that you can drag to the front of your mat, that'll just give you a little bit of support through some of the postures that we work through today. And as always, don't push your body into places that you feel pain. We want this to always feel especially these slow foot flows, more of a gentle stretch. So we will begin on our backs, lying down with knees bent, soles of the feet coming together in this reclining bound angle pose. So you can rock back and forth here, move the shoulder blades around, let the arms extend out to the sides of the room with the palms up. The soles of the feet are pressing together, the heels are drawing back toward the sitting bones, and the knees are gently floating to the earth. If this is uncomfortable, you can place your blocks underneath your thighs here to give your legs a little bit of support. Let's connect to our breath. Take a nice deep inhale through the nose. Exhale, open the mouth, sigh it out. Inhale, deep breath in through the nose. Exhale, open the mouth, sigh it out. Inhale through the nose. And exhale, sigh it out. We'll take one more full breath. Then gently reach down, take the outside of the thighs, draw the knees together, and separate the feet just wider than the hips. Knees are still bent, soles of the feet are on the mat. We'll extend the arms out with the palms facing up. And take an inhale through the nose. And with the exhale, let your knees gently fall to the right for a gentle spinal twist. Inhale back to center. Exhale, knees gently falling to the left. Inhale to center. Exhale, knees to the right, shoulders stay on the mat. Inhale, center. Exhale, knees to the left. We'll take it through one more full cycle. Inhale, center. Exhale, knees to the right. Inhale to center. Exhale, knees to the left. Inhale, knees back to center. And exhale, draw knees to the chest, interlacing hands behind the thighs. Inhale, toes press up toward the ceiling, pointing through the toes, straightening the legs. And exhale, flex the feet as you draw the knees to chest. Shoulders and low spine are on the mat. Inhale, extend the legs, pointing up through the toes. Exhale, flex the feet, drawing knees to chest. Inhale, extend the legs and point. Exhale, flex the feet, draw knees to chest. We'll do this 2 more full times. Inhale, extend and point. Exhale, knees to chest. Last one, inhale, extend and point through the toes. Exhale, flex the feet, drawing knees to chest. Inhale and extend the legs up toward the ceiling and hold here with the exhale. Drawing the toes down, heels pressing up toward the ceiling. You can hold onto the backs of your thighs here in active reversal pose, Viparita Karani. Or if you'd like to release your hands out to the sides of the room with the palms up. Your low spine is on the mat, toes continue to draw down toward the forehead. This posture is beautiful for lymphatic drainage. It helps to boost the immune system. It helps to improve anxiety and depression. So know that you can come to this pose at any point. You can move your sitting bones up against a wall and legs can press up against that wall. You can do this for up to 5 to 10 minutes, just really letting the body benefit from this beautiful posture. We'll take one more breath here, inhaling through the nose. And with the exhale, gently draw the knees down to the chest. Draw the knees as close to the chest as you can, but still maintaining that low spine on the mat. We'll inhale where we are. And with the exhale, open the knees wider than the hips. Feet are still flexed, drawing knees back toward the pits of the arms. Taking one more breath here. And then exhale, gently releasing feet to the mat. We'll roll over to the right and let the head rest in the hand here in this fetal position. Maybe taking a couple of breaths. And then gently pressing yourself up to that seated position. And grabbing either a block or a small blanket, lifting the hips and placing the block or blanket underneath those sitting bones. Then lengthening up through the crown of the head. Hands are on the knees, shoulder blades drawing back. There's a slight arch in the spine here. Take an inhale through the nose. And exhale, release hands to the sides of the waist. Inhale the arms overhead. Exhale, heart center. Inhale, palms up. And exhale, open the arms. Inhale the arms overhead. Exhale, heart center. Inhale, palms up. And exhale, open. Inhale, both arms overhead. Exhale, hands through heart center, interlacing fingers, palms pressed down. Inhale the arms up. And exhale, take the torso to the right. Inhaling through center. Exhale to the left. Inhale to center. Exhale to the right. Inhale, center, reaching the palms up toward the ceiling. And exhale to the left. We'll take it through one more full cycle. Inhaling, center. Exhale to the right. Inhale, center. And exhale, left. Inhaling back to center. And exhale, release the hands behind the back. Interlace the knuckles, draw the knuckles down. Shoulder blades draw together, chest and heart opens. One more full breath here. Inhale, releasing arms gently overhead. And on the exhale, we're hinging forward. Let your fingertips find the floor. Sitting bones stay pressing into that block or blanket. And then gently walking fingertips forward. Gazing down underneath the head, just looking to the floor. You have the option here to walk gently over to the right. Firmly pressing that left sitting bone back into the mat, feeling that beautiful stretch through the left side of the body. Then walking fingertips through center and over to the left side of the mat. Pressing the right sitting bone on the mat. Head is extended, neck is long. One more breath here, feeling the beautiful stretch through the right side of the body, and then gently walking back to center. Walking hands slowly back toward the feet, slowly bringing the spine back up. Inhale the arms overhead. Exhale, heart center. Inhale, pressing palms together here. And exhale, hands to knees. Seated cat-cow. With your inhale, draw the chest and heart forward, arching through the spine. And with the exhale, we'll round the spine, bringing gaze down toward the feet. Inhale, extend the chest and heart forward, arching spine, gaze comes up. And exhale, rounding back, gaze coming down. We'll take 3 more breaths here, reaching forward and rounding through that spine. Inhale, draw the chest and heart forward. Exhale, round. One last full breath cycle. Inhale, neutral spine. And exhale, release. We'll come over onto our knees, moving into that tabletop position. Gently lifting the block and removing it from the mat. Hands come under shoulders. Knees come under hips. Knees are spread hip distance. Hands are shoulder distance. Fingers spread wide. Pressing into the palms. More pressure on the joint where the first finger and thumb meet. And gazing on the mat between the fingers, neck is nice and long. We'll lift our right leg and extend it back behind us. Heel is at the height of the hip. Firmly pressing into both hands, gently turning the right hip down toward the mat. Imagine that you're in Warrior 3 here. This is the positioning of the leg. There's one long line from top of the head to the back of the heel, gently forming the shape of a T. We'll take one more inhale here, firmly pressing into palms. And on the exhale, drop the toes to the mat behind you. Ball of the foot is on the mat. We're pressing that right heel back, feeling that beautiful stretch through the calf. And then lifting the foot and crossing it over to the left side of the mat, reaching the right fingertips up toward the ceiling, stacking the shoulders here, heart and chest open. You have the option, if you'd like, to lift your right leg off the mat, really engaging the core here in this half side plank. And then gently releasing hand and knee back to the mat. Pressing firmly into the palms, we'll extend the left leg back behind us, hip to the height of the heel, belly drawing in, shoulder blades drawing out to the sides of the room. Left hip gently closes toward the mat. Gaze is on the mat just in front of the fingertips. Imagine you're standing in that Warrior 3 position, which we'll come to a little bit later in this vinyasa flow. Then we'll drop those left ball of the foot to the mat, pressing back into that left heel, stretching through the calf. Then lifting the toes and crossing them to the right side of the mat, and reaching left fingertips up toward the ceiling. Shoulders stacked, gaze can be to the left or up toward the fingertips. Option to lift that left leg off the mat, really engaging the core here. And then gently bringing hand and knee back to the mat. Separate the knees, mat distance apart, bring the big toes together, hips press back to heels. We'll take a child's pose here. Fingers reaching forward. You can even open the hands and arms a little bit wider to the shape of a Y on your mat. Just letting the forehead rest on the mat as the hips press back into the heels. This pose is available to you at any time during any practice. Then gently walking the hands back, just in front of the shoulders. We'll bring the knees back hip distance, turn the toes under, and lift our hips, pressing back to downward facing dog. Feet are hip distance apart here, toes turning in just slightly. Imagine that you have walls on either side of the heels, and you're gently pressing the heels open into the walls on either side. You can keep a nice deep bend in the knees, extending down through the spine. Your head should be in between the upper arms so the neck is long and extended. Let's separate feet wider than the mat, taking a wide leg downward facing dog, toes still turning in gently, internal rotation of the thighs, hips are lifting, chest and heart melting down toward the mat. Let's unite the breath. Take an inhale, lifting up onto the tippy toes. And exhale, melting heels back toward the mat. Inhale, lifting up onto the tippy toes. Exhale, melting the heels. One more breath. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower heels toward the mat. Then taking a slight bend in the knees, we'll gently walk the hands back toward the feet. Hands underneath the shoulders. Neck hanging long here in this wide leg forward fold. Shake your head no and yes. Let the neck be long and extended. You can stay here with hands on the mat, or you can gently bring hands to opposite elbows and just let the crown of the head drag down toward the earth. You can take a slight bend in the knees here if that feels better for your hamstrings and back. But keep the weight slightly forward so that the weight is in the balls of the feet. Crown of the head reaching to the earth. Hips are lifting up toward the ceiling, just feeling that beautiful stretch through the back of the legs. We'll take one more full breath here, inhaling through the nose. Exhale, let it go. Inhale through the nose. And exhale, release fingers to the mat. Inhale and half lift. Extending the spine, shoulders draw back. Let's hold here with the exhale, gazing down on the mat. One more inhale where you are. And exhale, hands under shoulders. Reverse swan dive. Lengthen the spine as you bring the arms out and overhead. And hands come to heart center. Inhale the palms up. And exhale, open the arms. Inhale, both arms overhead. Exhale, hands through heart center, interlace fingers, palms press down. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, take it to the right, pressing firmly through that left foot. Inhaling center. Exhale to the left. One more full cycle. Inhale, center. Exhale to the right. Inhaling center. And exhale to the left. Inhale back to center. And exhale, open the arms. We'll heel toe the feet together and step to the top of the mat. Meeting in mountain pose, Tadasana. Feet are together or slightly separated. Heels are lining up behind the second and third toe. Hands reaching down toward the earth. We'll lift the toes and spread them wide and then press them back down into the mat, firmly connecting all points of the foot to the mat. Extending up through the crown of the head, shoulder blades drawing back, gazing forward. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, bend the knees, sit back into your chair. Inhale, lift and extend. Exhale, bend the knees, sweeping arms back behind you. Inhale, lift and extend. Exhale, Utkatasana sweep. One more full cycle. Inhale, extend. Exhale, bend the knees, sweep. One full breath here, squeezing knees and thighs together, tailbone drawing down. Then inhale the arms up. And exhale, step the right foot back to a high lunge. Left knee is over the ankle, shoulders over hips. Pressing out through the heel of the right foot and reaching through those fingertips. We'll take 2 more breaths here. Inhale, reach. Exhale, sink, shoulders drop down, belly draws in. 1 more breath. Inhale, step to the top of the mat, feet together. And exhale, sit back into your chair. Inhale, lift and extend. Exhale, bend the knees, sweeping arms back, palms pressing up. Inhale, lift and extend. Exhale, sweep, bending through the knees. 1 more full breath. Inhale, lift. Exhale, Utkatasana sweep. Inhale the arms overhead, extending through the legs. And exhale, step left foot back to high lunge. Inhale, reaching through the fingertips. Exhale, sink, belly draws in, left heel pressing back. 1 more full breath here. Inhale, step to the top of the mat. And exhale, bend the knees, sweep. 3 breaths. Inhale, lift and extend. Exhale, sweep. 2 more breaths. Inhale, lift. Exhale, sweeping hands back, bending the knees. Inhale, arms overhead. And exhale, heart center. 1 breath in. Exhale, releasing the hands. We'll take a quarter turn to the right side of the mat. Separate the feet, 3.5 to 5 feet. Reach the arms out. Ankles are underneath the wrists. Picking up your right toes, turning them in 1 inch. Picking up the left toes and turning them to the front of your mat. Hips are open here, shoulders over hips. Inhale, gaze turns over the left fingertips. And on the exhale, we'll bend that left knee, sinking warrior 2. Belly draws in, shoulders drop down. 1 more breath here, really pressing through that back foot. Inhale, arms overhead, straighten the leg. Exhale, bend the front knee, warrior 2. Inhale, left palm up. Exhale, reverse warrior. Front knee continues to press open, reaching through the left side body. Shoulders and tailbone are drawing down. Gaze can be up toward the fingertips. Inhale the arms overhead, straighten the leg. Exhale, bend the knee, warrior 2. 1 breath in. Exhale, left elbow, left thigh, right fingertips overhead, side angle pose. Left elbow's merely here to balance. And left knee continues to press open. 1 more breath here, reaching through those right fingertips. Then inhale, back up, arms overhead, left leg straightens. And exhale, warrior 2. 2 breaths. Inhale, both arms overhead. And exhale, release the hands. We'll pick the left toes up and turn them back to parallel. And lift the right toes and bring them to parallel. Moving into a wide leg forward fold. Hands coming to hips. Drawing hips down. Lengthening up through the crown of the head. Shoulder blades drawing back. Let's take an inhale together. And with the exhale, we'll gently begin to fold forward. Weight stays forward in the balls of the feet. Spine is long and extended. Gaze follows down toward the mat. You can stay right here with your spine parallel to the mat. Or if you'd like to gently release your hands underneath your shoulders. Bring that weight forward so hips are over ankles. And let the crown of the head reach down toward the earth. Just feeling that beautiful stretch through the back of the legs. Maybe walking the hands back between the legs, fingertips pointing to the opposite side of the room. Crown of the head reaches down toward the earth. Spine stays long and extended. One more full breath here. And slowly bringing hands back under shoulders. Press down into the palm of the left hand. Inhale and bring right hand to hip, lengthening the spine. And on the exhale, gently turn the torso to the right. Weight stays forward. You can reach the right fingertips up toward the ceiling. Or keep the hand on the hip. One more breath in. And exhale, right hand comes down to the center of the mat. Inhale, left hand comes to hip, spine lengthens. And exhale, gently turn the torso to the left. Option to reach those left fingertips up toward the ceiling. Option to take your gaze up towards the fingers. One more breath in. And exhale, left hand back into the shoulder. We'll let the crown of the head hang one more time here, really lifting up through the hips, reaching the crown of the head to the mat. Then heel toe the feet in just slightly. Take a slight bend in the knees, bringing one hand at a time to the hips. We'll lengthen the spine as we gently lift the torso all the way back up. Beautiful. Picking up your left toes and bringing them in 1 inch. And then lifting the right toes and turning them toward the back of your mat. Hips are open here, shoulders over hips. Inhale, reach the arms front and back of the room. Gaze over the right fingertips. And on the exhale, bend the knees, sinking warrior two. 2 breaths here. Right knee presses open. Tailbone draws down. Inhale together. Exhale, sink. Inhale, palms overhead, straighten the leg. Exhale, bend the front knee, warrior two. Inhale, right palm turns up. Exhale, reverse warrior. Right knee continues to press open here, reaching through those right fingertips. One more breath here, maybe sinking a little bit deeper. Then inhale, palms overhead, straighten the leg. Exhale, bend the knee, warrior two. One breath in. And exhale, right elbow to right thigh, left fingertips overhead. 2 breaths here, shoulders stacked. Weight is limited in that right elbow. We're merely balancing. One more breath. Then inhale, palms overhead, straighten the legs. And exhale, bend the right knee, sinking Virabhadrasana 2. 2 breaths. Inhale, palms overhead, straighten the leg. And exhale, release the hands to the hips. We'll pick up the toes and bring them back to parallel. And then heel toe feet gently together, coming to the top of the mat. We're moving into a warrior three position. So if you'd like to place your blocks at the top of your mat, at their highest setting, about shoulder distance apart, or even that stool, you could place it at the front of the mat.
And we'll come back to the top of our mat, standing in mountain pose. Reaching palms down to the earth, shoulder blades draw together, gaze forward. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, hands heart center. We're pressing into the left foot, stepping back onto the ball of the right foot. Then gently beginning to lift that right foot off the mat, flexing the foot a lot. You can stay right here in this balanced posture, or you can begin to bring the chest and torso forward. You can reach your hands down to the blocks, lifting that right heel to the height of the hip, and then gently closing the hip down toward the mat. Your gaze should be on the mat just in front of the blocks, just below the head. Pressing through that heel here in Warrior 3. Maybe you'd like to lift one hand off the block or the stool, bring it to heart center. And maybe if you're feeling steady, you can lift both hands to heart center. And then we'll gently let that right foot find the left. Bring hands to thighs and take a half lift here. And then release your hands down to the mat. Reverse swan dive, arms reaching out and overhead. Hands coming to heart center. We're pressing into the right foot. Shoulder blades are drawing back. Then stepping back onto the ball of the left foot. Shoulders are over hips here, gaze is forward. Taking the weight slightly forward, begin to lift the left foot off the mat. Flexing through the foot. And gently begin to bring the torso forward as the leg lifts up to the height of the hip. Hands can come down to the blocks, firmly pressing into the blocks. Pressing through that left heel, foot is flexed. Left hip gently closes to the mat. Shoulder blades draw back, gazing on the mat just below the head. We'll take one more breath here. Maybe you want to bring that right hand up to heart center. Or maybe you can bring the left hand to meet the right. Maybe you'd like to press the arms forward or fly them back behind you with the palms up. Then gently bring that left foot to meet the right. Bring the hands to the thighs and we'll half lift, extending the spine. Then folding all the way forward, hands to the mat. Reverse swan dive, arms reaching out and overhead. Hands coming to heart center. Take the inhale here. And with the exhale, release hands to hips. We're moving into pyramid pose here. So we'll press down into our left foot and step the right foot back 3.5 feet. Your heels can be in alignment here. The toes of the right foot are pressing at a 45-degree angle, so to the 2 o'clock on a clock. If this is tight and you have a hard time drawing this left hip back, just pick that back foot up and open it slightly. So the heels are out of alignment, but the toes stay at the 2 o'clock position. Hands come to hips, drawing the left hip back. We're pressing through all 4 corners of both feet, but bringing the awareness to the big toe on the left foot. We'll inhale and lengthen through the top of the head here. And on the exhale, we'll gently begin to hinge forward. Your left leg stays straight. Your gaze continues to follow down, keeping the spine long and extended. If you have blocks, you can grab your blocks and bring them to either side of the front foot so the blocks under the shoulders. You can keep your hands on your hips and just keep spine parallel to the mat. But if you'd like to, and it feels okay for the back of your left leg, you can gently begin to round the forehead down toward that left knee. Your left hip continues to draw back here in Parsvottanasana, pyramid pose. Right hip gently draws forward. We'll stay here for one more full breath. Then taking a slight bend in the front knee, hands coming back to hips, lengthen the spine as we gently lift the torso up. We'll take one inhale here, pivoting on that back foot into a high lunge, and step to the top of the mat. Inhale the arms overhead. Exhale, heart center. Inhale where you are. And exhale, hands to hips. Pressing into that right foot. We're stepping the left foot back 3.5 to 5 feet, dropping the heel and turning the toes out to the 45-degree angle. So toes are turning out to the 10 o'clock. Hands are on hips and we'll draw the right hip back. If this is tight, just lift that back foot and slightly bump it out so heels are out of alignment. Then draw the right hip back. Shoulder blades draw back. Imagine someone's pulling you from the top of the head with a string. We'll take the inhale. And with the exhale, we'll hinge forward. Right hip continues to draw back as the spine lowers. You can stay right here with spine parallel to the mat, gazing down just in front of the toes, or gently reaching down to your blocks here, pressing firmly into the blocks as you draw that right hip back. You can begin to round the forehead down toward the knee here, just feeling that nice stretch through the back of this right leg. Actively still pressing through all 4 corners of that back foot. And then very gently bend the front knee, bring the right and left hand gently back to the hip. Torso gently lifts up, 1 vertebrae at a time. We'll pivot on that back foot into the high lunge and step to the top of the mat. 1 last breath cycle, inhale the arms overhead. Exhale, heart center. Inhale, palms up. Exhale, release. Inhale the arms overhead. Exhale, swan dive forward, lengthen the spine, removing blocks from the mat. Inhale, half lift. Hands to thighs, spine extends. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale slowly back to plank. Or you can drop knees to half plank. We'll take an inhale and shift forward. And on the exhale, lowered chaturanga dandasana, elbows tight to the ribs. Inhale, release tops of the feet to the mat. Drag the chest and heart forward. Palms and elbows energetically drawing back. And slowly release. Lifting through tabletop if you'd like. Or just lifting all the way to downward dog. We'll take a few breaths here. Your knees can stay bent. Your spine is long and extended. Ears are in between the upper arms. Neck is long. Let's take an inhale and lift up to the tippy toes. Exhale, melting heels to the mat. We'll take 2 more breaths like this. Inhale and lift. Exhale, melt the heels. Last one, inhale, lift to the tippy toes. And exhale, melt the heels. 1 more breath. And gently drop knees 1 at a time to the mat. Moving into gate pose. We'll gently lift the hips up over the knees. Knees are hip distance apart. I'm going to turn to face you, but you can stay facing to the front of your mat. Hands are on the hips, knees are below the hips. We'll extend our right leg out to the side of the room. You want to keep the hips facing forward and this left hip over the left knee. Hands release down to the sides. Inhale the arms up. And on the exhale, bring your right hand to your right thigh, your left fingertips reach overhead. Left shoulder draws open. 1 more breath here. Then inhale gently back up to center. And exhale, hands heart center. We'll gently draw the right knee back underneath that right hip. And extend the left leg out to the side. Right hip stays over the knee. Hips are parallel to the front of the room. Reaching the hands down, shoulders draw back. Inhale the arms up. And on the exhale, take your left hand to your thigh, your right fingertips reaching overhead. 1 more full breath. Inhaling gently back to center. Exhaling, hands to heart center, drawing the knee back underneath the hip. We'll lower all the way down onto the mat. Sitting bones find the mat. We'll extend legs to the front of the room and press the hands down next to the hips, but turn the fingertips to the back of the room. Your legs, your feet are drawing back and flexing. Shoulder blades are drawing back together. And just gently pressing into those fingertips. Just lengthening up through the spine here in this beautiful pose. And we'll release the hands and release back into the sitting bones. Lifting our right leg and taking it to the edge of the mat. And bending the left leg, bringing sole of the foot in toward that upper right thigh. The heel is pressing up close to the pubic bone. Right knee and right toes are up toward the ceiling. Hands release to the sides of the waist. We'll inhale the arms overhead. And on the exhale, gently turn the torso over the right leg. Inhale, reach and extend. And with the exhale, we'll gently begin to hinge forward over that right leg. Letting the forehead round down toward the knee. One more breath here. Then gently walking fingertips back up, torso coming up. Bring your left fingertips behind you, your right hand crosses to the left knee. Inhale and lengthen through the spine. Right leg stays flexed and active. And then exhale, gently turning the torso. We'll take 2 breaths here, using those fingertips behind you to lengthen. And maybe deepening this little twist. One more breath. Gently coming back to center. And releasing your left leg to the edge of the mat. Bend the right knee and bring the right sole of the foot to that inner left thigh. Hands releasing down, lengthening through the spine. Foot is flexed, left toes and knee up to the ceiling. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, gently turn the torso over the left leg. Inhale, reach and extend. And exhale, gently hinge forward. You can hold on to any part of the leg here. You can loop a strap around the ball of the foot. Let the forehead reach down toward the knee, trying to keep length in the spine. And then gently walking the torso back up. We'll bend the left knee and bring soles of the feet together here for bound angle pose. Holding on to the ankles, letting knees float to the earth. Heels are drawing back as close to the sitting bones as it feels comfortable. Chest gently drawing forward. Let's inhale and lengthen here. And exhale, just breathe here in this beautiful pose. Your elbows are gently pressing against your low ribs. Chest and heart reaching forward. There's a slight concavity in the spine here. Stay here for one more full breath. Then gently releasing the hands, lowering your spine all the way down to the mat. So the feet stay here, coming back into that reclining bound angle pose where we started. Draw the heels as close to the sitting bones as it feels comfortable. Let the knees gently press open. Bring your right hand to your heart and your left hand to your low belly. And take several deep breaths here. One more full breath here. And gently reach down, draw the knees together, soles of the feet on the mat. We'll straighten that right leg up toward the ceiling, interlacing the hands behind the thigh. Right toes are drawing down, shoulders are pressing to the mat.
You can walk your hands gently up the right leg here and draw the leg back for a little more of a stretch if you'd like. Or you can keep the hands resting on the backs of the thighs. Option also if you have a strap to loop the strap around the balls of the feet and then hold the strap low so the tops of your arms are resting on the mat. We'll take one more inhale here. And with the exhale, we'll cross the right ankle over the left thigh, pressing the right knee gently forward. You can use the peace fingers of your right hand here. And just gently feel that stretch in the outer thigh. Foot stays flexed. Then lifting your left foot off the mat, threading the right arm through the space in the leg. Left arm reaches around and fingers interlace below the knee. You'll draw that left knee back here as the right knee gently draws forward. This is reclining pigeon pose. It's a gentle stretch, not a big movement. Your shoulders and your low spine are on the mat. Both feet are flexed and active, and we'll just draw that knee gently back. Taking one more breath here. Then gently letting the right or left foot come to the mat. Keeping legs where they are, we'll extend the arms out to the sides of the body with the palms up and gently turn the gaze to the right. We're letting the feet gently fall to the left so your right foot will gently press on the mat. Just taking a little spinal twist here in that reclining pigeon leg pose. Gently moving into this twist. And engaging the core, we'll lift the feet back to center. Extend that right leg back up to the ceiling. And then bend the right leg and bring sole of the foot to the mat next to the left. Extending your left leg up to the ceiling. Interlacing the hands behind that left thigh. Pressing up and out through that left heel, toes are drawing down. You can stay right here, just gently drawing the leg back toward the back of the mat. Or if you'd like to walk your hands up the leg, just taking a little deeper stretch. Try to keep your shoulder blades on the mat here. And then gently walk the hands back down toward the thigh. We'll take one more breath in. And with the exhale, we'll cross the left ankle over right thigh. Peace fingers of the left hand gently press that left knee forward. Left foot is flexed here. This is a beautiful stretch. And this may be as far as you want to move into this stretch today. So you can stay right here, just gently pressing the knee so knee and ankle are in alignment. Or if you'd like to lift your right leg off the mat, thread left arm through the space in the leg. Right hand reaches out and they interlace below the knee, or you can lift and bring them behind the knee, whatever feels better for you. Both feet are flexed. Your left knee is gently pressing forward as the right knee draws back. Connecting back to that beautiful breath. Then gently release your right foot back to the mat, keeping legs exactly where they are, reaching the arms out with the palms up. Then turning your gaze gently to the left, we're letting the legs gently fall to the right for a little spinal twist here. Keeping the left shoulder on the mat. Taking one more full breath here. Engage the core and gently bring the legs back to center. Extend the left leg back up toward the ceiling, pressing through the heel. And then gently release the left foot to the mat. Draw both knees into the chest. Keeping knees together at first, maybe interlacing the fingers, or grabbing opposite wrists, just drawing those knees to chest, feet are flexed. Shoulders and low spine are pressing to the mat. Then gently opening the knees wider than the shoulders, drawing knees back. You can rock back and forth here if that feels right. And then we'll keep the knees bent as we press the soles of the feet toward the ceiling. We're moving to happy baby. Reaching up, you can hold on to the inside or outside of the foot, or take the big toes with the peace fingers and thumbs. Yogi toe lock around the big toes. And then draw knees down toward chest as you press hands and feet actively together. The low spine should press to the mat here in happy baby. Ananda Balasana. You can sway back and forth here on the spine if that feels right for you. You can straighten one leg or both legs here in your happy baby. And when you're ready, we'll gently release one foot at a time to the mat, making our way into our Shavasana. Feet coming to the front of the room, opening the legs mat distance apart. Lift up the body and gently press it back down into the mat. Finding the most comfortable position, maybe drawing the shoulder blades a little closer to each other. Letting the hands and arms reach down the length of the body, palms up. Coming into stillness in body, so try not to move the body, even if you have an itch or something's bothering you. Really just focus your awareness back to the breath. Let's take that inhale through the nose. And as you exhale, let the body just relax and melt down to the mat. Inhale through the nose. Exhale, sigh it out. Take a deep inhale through the nose. Exhale, sigh it out. 2 more deep breaths. Wiggle fingers and toes. Reaching the arms out to the sides of the room. Gently bring the feet together. Hands reaching up behind the head. Interlacing the hands, stretching from fingertips to toes. Taking one full breath here. Full body stretch. And gently releasing the hands back to the sides of the room and down. Bending one knee at a time, gently lifting and pressing that low spine to the mat. Drawing one knee at a time into the chest. You'll be rocking back and forth here on the spine. Just drawing knees back. And gently releasing your feet one at a time to the mat. And rolling gently to the right. Head resting in that right hand, knees are bent. We'll take 2 breaths here. And then gently coming back up to that seated position. Legs crossing gently in front of you. Lengthening back up through the spine. Hands coming into heart center. Gently closing the eyes here. You can't calm the storm, so stop trying. What you can do is calm yourself. The storm will pass. This storm we're currently in will pass. We all just need to do our part to stay healthy, keeping our hearts and our minds in a positive place. Thank you again for joining me today. I hope you found little blips of peace, calm, and serenity. We'll take 3 beautiful breaths together, inhaling through the nose. The light in me truly honors the light in each of you. Namaste. Have a beautiful day.